Hi, I'm Homeworks by Precept consultant Abbie Knott. I just wanted to share a little bit about how I organized my curriculum for the online video courses through BJU Press. So this year I spiral bound my curriculum for my K-5 and my first grade and a little bit of my fifth grade. I'm planning on doing a little bit for my seventh grader as well, but I haven't finished that, so we'll see. This is how I organized it this year, so I'm just going to walk you through a little bit of what I did. This is my spiral binding punch. It's the Coil Bind S20A. I bought it on Amazon last year, towards the beginning of last year's school year. For this year, I also bought a bunch of these plastic folders. They're sturdy. I bought them just a bunch at Staples. They had a bunch of different colors, and so I let my kids pick them out. This is the video lesson guide. This is just a sample. I used the Heritage Studies one as my example here. But what I did was I used the video lesson guide to organize all the papers. I had the video guide, I had the handouts, and I had the work text laid out in front of me. And I pulled each work text page out individually based on the day order that is in the video guide. And I stacked them, punched them, and continued that way. So what I did with the handouts is, as you can see here, I circled in red. If the video guide said I needed a handout under materials, I would put that opposite the actual work text page. Sometimes I had to flip them, so you can see in this picture it's flipped the opposite way than the page would be, but that's because that way my son can just flip the book and work on it, so he's not trying to work over the spiral. But then that way, when he gets to his day, he'll have the handout he needs and the work text he needs right there. This is what I did with those folders. I cut them actually down the center of the spine. So right where the fold is, I used actually it's left over from scrapbooking, but it's one of those paper slicers. It just slides. I used that to cut the folders in half, and then I punched the front and the back, and then I used those as covers. And as you can see through this one because my son picked clear with a colored edge. And then I just labeled the front with what subject it is. These are my K-5 ones. For Focus on 5s, I actually spiral bound the handouts, the Focus on 5 work text, and the phonics practice book all together in one. So that's my Focus on 5s right there. That's why it's only days 1 through 43, because these coils hold about 140 pages. So I just went up through that with all the handouts, and I did the same thing where I laid them out together, and it worked really well. I mean, I'll have to cut the binding off and do it again on before day 44, but it'll be okay. We'll get it done. Math, I just did the work text page, and I did any handouts needed for days 1 through 85. So I thought that was pretty good. It takes us almost halfway. And then these are my math manipulatives. I figured I would just quick show these as how I store them. This is a photo keeper scrapbook thing that I had purchased the other year. The blue are going to be my son's, blue, green, yellow. The pink, orange, and purple will be my daughter. So this will be first grade, and this will be K-5. And they're still K-5 from last year. I'm just going to swap over the colors so he knows which one are his. And I did laminate the hundreds chart for K-5 and the tens and ones chart frame for K-5. I put them back to back and laminated them together, so she just has to flip them. And I laminated the alphabet page from Focus on 5. Those just are going to stay in the front pocket of the folder, and it'll stay there so that they can pull it out as needed. I have this 3-ring binder with the protectors, and I just slide all of the math manipulatives into it, and it worked really well last year, so I'm just going to keep doing it that way. And then this is my homeschool cabinet, and this is how I've got it organized. So 4 grades fit in there this year, and I'm very excited about that. Hope that's been helpful. Let me know if you have questions about anything I used or wanted more details.